By the end of the webinar, you will be able to better understand the future of XR. And by the end of the webinar, you will understand the future of XR and you will learn how to be a part of an ecosystem for growth and collaboration. We will talk about XR, what things it will change, and why it matters to other industries, what opportunities are coming, and how you can grab them. I'm Tejas Wadbude, and it's an immense pleasure of mine to be a host and speaker of today's webinar. You may know me as the ARMR guy on LinkedIn. I am a country head of the ARMR Student Partner Program and an ARMR developer. I wake up every day to help people become the best version of themselves so that they can make better decisions in their lives and we can together make a better world. So I will start with what I know the best. Yes, you guessed it right. It's XR. XR is a term used to represent VR, AR, and MR together. It is also known as extended reality. XR is an abbreviation of extended reality. You must have heard about Pokemon Go or must have used it. Yeah, that's AR, standing for augmented reality, where people can see digital objects in the real world. If I draw a spectrum between a point where everything is unreal and a point where everything is real, AR will lie in between, where things seems to be real but not quite much. On the extreme left side, there will be VR, where everything is digital, and on the extreme right side, there will be MR, where things are digital and real but seems to be real only. I can use VR to change my surrounding to a cricket stadium or a rock concert. And MR works beautifully in daily life application. You, you can build a relationship between digital objects and real world seamlessly. Just an example, if I drop a ball using MR, a digital ball using MR on a table, it will roll over there, drop down to the ground, and will bounce off. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Just for a software, just think it's quite amazing that we have came to this stage that we can make seamless experience using MR. I see XR as a carrier to AI, as computer is to the internet. Yeah, imagine a world where you can live a life like Tony Stark. Internet came up with infinite possibilities. Yeah, there are so many use cases with the internet. A single individual like Mark Zuckerberg can stand against a brotherhood, a big brotherhood like companies, and he had built a multi-billionaire company in just few years using the power of internet. And that's the power of XR that we are going to see in the near future. You can talk to your AI assistant using the MR and can see the moving graphics all around. You can do such amazing things that we have never been able to. You can go on a date holographically. Yeah, we do video chats, but that's not real. But holographically, that will be just amazing, just seamless, and so real that you may not be able to distinguish between the reality and the digital platform. And you can play games as we have seen in cartoon. You can use power balls and throw to each other like we have seen in video games. And you can do kamehameha. You can be a Iron Man, you can be Thor, and it will be quite amazing and quite real, like we have never done this before. You have seen in 2D screen, but holographically that will be quite amazing. Even we are doing it right now. Yeah, some companies like Hado had created some amazing dodgeball games in AR, and they are really, really amazing. It's an amazing tech with infinite possibility. Now, I have said enough and don't want to wait you further for introducing today's speaker, Aromi and Animal. So, Aromi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. Hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Great. My name is Arame Ibrahim. I am a Nigerian. I'm an African. I'm representing the VR AR MR community in Abuja, and I also run a creative enterprise called Immersive Tech Africa. So we're focused on broadening the scope of content creators for immersive technology, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Arumi. And we have also one speaker, Mali, who is quite late because of some personal issue, and he will be joining us later. His VRARMR lead, chapter lead at Kano, and he's an amazing game developer and XR developer. He's a trainer, expert trainer in that, and he's our community, and he will be joining us soon. But till then, we have Aromi and me, obviously. And so, Aromi, yeah, so nice to see you after a long time. Yeah, how are you doing? And what are you doing at present with the VRARMR chapter at Abuja? Yeah, we would love to hear that. I'm so sorry, you are at mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I
No
said thank you
problem.
for the opportunity to be here, and it's amazing to share what we are doing in Africa, especially with VR, AR, and MR. So currently, I head the Abuja chapter. It's a very big chapter. Abuja is the capital city of Nigeria, which is like one of the biggest countries in Africa. So you can imagine that so many people want to get into XR, but they don't know how, and they don't know the kind of resources they can start with. So what we do basically is to guide them on the kind of resources they should attend to and how they can get started with VR or AR. Also, we organize events, online webinars where we invite experienced XR experts who will now showcase what they have done with XR and also guide people on how to get started. So that's just basically what we do currently in the community in Abuja.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I can understand how difficult it is to lead a big city. Yeah, like I'm in Bhopal, and it's a lots and lots of work to get people together and get them from beginner to and move them on to intermediate and advanced. And that's an amazing thing. And I have heard about you. Yeah, Ashutosh sir has always been mentioning you know, about your work, and you are doing amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mm,
You're doing amazing too. Like I've been seeing
yes,
your content with AR, how you have been growing the community, especially the Microsoft students community. It's amazing. It's amazing. Well done.
yes, thank you. And so so this webinar will be more like a panel discussion, and we will
That's
be
right.
knowing from experts like Aromi and Mali about what will be the future of it and how you can grab all the opportunities here. So yeah,
That's right.
so let me start with the questions, and soon as Mali will join, we will
Okay.
have him too. So, what is the first image for Aromi? What is the first image that comes in your mind when you hear XR?
So when I just hear XR, I hear a new reality, a new realm, right? Shifting from the normal to the impossible, right? So imagine you had dreams and you have the ability to now create your dreams and bring them to reality. You can create
So
your own world, you can create your own experiences, right? How you want your world to look like and be immersed in it. That's just it. Endless experience for me.
yeah, that's amazing. What was your first experience in exam? When did you first saw which app did you saw? Like for
Mm.
me, it was Pokemon Go. I think that, yeah, and that was just amazing.
So my first experience with XR was in 2018. When I got into I went to an event and it was a launch for a lab, and I had the opportunity to experience a VR headset called the Oculus Go, and it's amazing the kind of content that can be immersed
Yeah,
on your eyes and on your mind, and it's just you just get lost in the content. And since then, it's been an amazing journey, right? I'm personally passionate about AR. I believe AR is going to revolutionize retail, revolutionize shopping, tourism, education, because you don't need a headset to experience the content. All you just need is just your device, right? And I believe with millions of people around the world having a mobile device, right, the push for AR is going to be great because we'll have people now experiencing the content with ease instead of buying a headset that is way, way expensive. So I believe AR is going to be the future.
Yeah, for me also, I see XR like we can build a new world where kids are learning in their real life. Uh,
Yeah.
like I've always heard, and I believe like you are the average of five people you live most of the time with. And I think with the XR we can do so many things. We can be with so many people, and
Yeah.
with the XR and AI, I think there will be a new time where future where kids will be learning from some experts and all over the world. And I think that's what I see. I see a kid using XR,
Yeah.
and that is so amazing. Just a feature thing.
It is. It
Mm,
is.
And my second question is,
Mhm.
if I tell you AI is going to be a feature and not XR, will you agree or disagree? What's your view? Like people are continuously into ML and AI, and there are quite less people in XR, but they are continuously growing. But what do you think if I say that?
So if you say that, I would first of all take it from the context you're coming from, right? So more people are looking at machine learning and artificial intelligence, right? That's what that aims to solve is to just break down processes and make it easier for people, right? So there's this friend of mine that is developing a shoplifting AI software whereby shoplifters will be automatically caught if they are shoplifting from the store, right? So without AI and ML, machine learning, this will be impossible for for shop owners to detect shoplifters, right? So it all depends on the context you are coming from. For augmented reality, I would say like for education, right? Students find it hard to understand topics and diagrams in the classroom. But with augmented reality, they can experience it in an immersive medium. So I believe all it all boils down to the context you're coming from. Both technologies are amazing. They simplify processes. They make they make they make they make processes better for we human beings. And I believe the combination of both of them will be amazing because it will make both to be stronger and make more engaging content. Yeah.
I agree with you. I also think that AI and XR means,
Yeah.
like I said, there is internet, and for a limited time when there was just computer and not internet, its
Yes.
uses was such limited. Yeah,
Yes.
people were
Yes.
using Excel sheet and all. But
True.
when the internet came and came with such an infinite possibilities, but it
Yeah.
needed a device, a computer.
Yes.
So as an
Hmm.
AI will need a device, and I
Yes.
think XR is that device, that
Yeah.
new phone, the new future phone that is going to replace in every pocket, that we are going to wear glass. That's not an XR
Yeah.
glass,
Yeah.
but something
True.
like that, or a lens. And
Yeah.
then we can use AI for talking, and just like edit your Iron Man, if you've seen. And
True.
that will be the future.
Yeah.
And uh, okay, so you are a part of XR community, we are ARMR community. How the
Hmm.
community helped you in your career, in your XR career? Would you like to share your journey, how you started and how you came here and all that?
Okay. So way back 2018, yeah. So when I got started with XR, I was looking for resources. I was looking for people that in the industry already. I was looking for a community, right? So I reached out to the VRAR community and I was introduced to some key players in my country who now said, okay, why not just create a like-minded community in Abuja, just like you looking for resources, so you can all come together and be a platform whereby you can move together and learn stuff together, right? And since then, the VRAR community have provided me the opportunity to meet international XR experts, right? So with that, we're able to hold webinars that have so far helped me help the community to engage with users, right? So it's been amazing. One thing I must say, the VRAR community is a global family. So irrespective of where you're coming from, irrespective of what you're doing, if you're doing VR, AR, 360, you're welcome, right? All we're just focusing on is learning, making impact, and growing the community. So it's amazing. So far, the community has helped me to believe in myself, believe in the content I develop, and believe that no matter what, there are endless possibilities out there, right? And the community is always behind us to show love, to show support where needed. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, and the experience, I believe in you. Yeah, the experience for mine was that I became a campus ambassador for my college in Bhopal.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then in my journey, then I become the chapter lead of Bhopal. And in that period, people do think about money, like
yeah,
we are not getting money from the community, but actually you are not getting the number, but you are processing the values
yeah.
inside you. Yeah, the
Impact.
skills you develop. Now I can confidently speak here, and I can
Yeah,
make connections to new people. I have made connections with quite good experts, and I'm also invited to Australia for speaking event just because I'm working here, and that is just
yeah.
amazing.
It's
And
amazing.
that's
It's
how
amazing.
things go. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think that's lovely. And you, everyone should be a part of community for making connections and making
yeah,
developing their skills. And it's all about value. It's not about the numbers that you are not earning anything and you are not making any result, but more about your impact and your value that you are creating in yourself. And that is
yeah.
just amazing. I think Mali has joined.
Okay, great.
Mali, can you turn on your screen, the camera, sorry, and unmute yourself, please. Mhm. I think, yeah, like unmute himself. So we'll wait till that and
It's fine.
just. Mhm. So my next question. What do you think about opportunities that are coming through hardware or software side of XR?
Okay. Personally, I would say the future of XR will basically be in users being able to experience content without getting hardwares, right? Because hardwares are limiting a lot of things, right? For example, in Africa, it might not be easy for us to be able to purchase maybe an Oculus Quest or an Oculus Rift, right? Because it's expensive. But having a software that can run on an Android device, that can run on any device, and you can experience XR will be great. I'm a strong believer in software-based solutions, not hardware, right? Because hardwares take a lot of space, they are costly, and they can break down. But with software, you can improve on it, improve on the solution, make it better, and millions of people around the world can make use of it with ease, right? So software is more scalable than hardware for me. So I believe the future of XR would basically be in the software aspect, right? Like the Pokemon Go. Imagine the Pokemon Go was was a console.
Just an app,
It
yeah.
won't it won't sell. It won't sell, but just an app. Anybody can download it in the world and experience it. Right. So it's the future.
What do you think your advice will be if someone wants to go in a software direction?
So if you basically want to go in that direction, you have to first of all understand your strengths, know your strengths, and know where you need to work upon. If you know how to code, work on it. If you want to learn 3D modeling, make it better, right? Work on your strength, but don't be jack of all trades, right? Because I've noticed most developers want to learn everything, but they are not perfect in everything, right? Be perfect in one, make it work, create solutions, create impact, then you now move to the next one. But learning this won't work to make you wear out, right? So just be good in your area, let that be your strength. Let people know you for that. Let people know, like Tejus
Yeah.
now. I know Tejus is good with AR. Anything AR, I just give him a call and he'll make it happen, right? But if it's everywhere, I won't know which strength he's actually focused on, right? So focus on your strengths, learn and relearn, right? Don't say you know it all. Just have a blank mind when you're learning. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I usually say people want to just develop 3D models before even developing their AR app because they want to create
true.
something new and they
Yeah,
just want something from the scratch. And that's not true. You can just use download the 3D
yeah,
models for your personal use. You don't have to go commercially on the first step. So you can just download free apps or you can use an abstract of such prefabs and 3D models.
mhm,
And
yeah,
people do usually have an MR, like I want to go in VR and AR and MR, but like, that's not actually true. They are big
yeah.
places and you can be on one space only. And I'm basically mostly leaning towards the AR and quite much
Yeah,
towards MR. And I think, and I agree with your software thing. Like, I'm not the guy to hear from about the MR, about the hardware. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm into software also, and I think yeah, things are getting better. Big giants are
hmm,
continuously making the hardware for us, and we
yeah,
can use them easily.
hmm,
In India, also we are having Jio-Glass, which will be quite uh, purchasable for
yeah.
customers around 200 $300, and I
It's
think
amazing.
that's the things uh, things are changing.
Hmm.
Like we may not be able to purchase a HoloLens, but soon, year by year, things are getting cheaper.
Yeah,
And I think till then you don't have to excuse yourself that I can't work on AR or MR because I don't have the hardware. You
yeah,
have a mobile device, a simple
hmm,
Android mobile device, and you
yeah,
can start working on from there. And it's quite same if you are working on Unity or Unreal. It doesn't matter, and you can then continuously start skilling yourself up. And soon you will find companies. Even you can join companies and use their hardware. There are communities which provide hardware as in on rent, and then you can do it. But actually, you have to find solution where you stand from. You don't have to guess that what if this will happen. I want this and that. But actually, you have wherever you are standing, you have to look in that direction where you are. You will find the solution. And that's the thing most of people missed out, even as in they want high spec laptops just to create 3D models, and or they want high graphic cards
yeah.
because they don't even know that how to develop a AR,
True.
and they want high graphics because they want to develop 3D models, and till then they decide to buy that, there will be less time to skill themselves, and that's the thing people missed out. And
Yeah.
that was a great advice from your side, and I think
I
people
also,
should start from
I also
wherever they
feel,
are.
I also feel right. It's not easy being a newbie in XR because you have so many information you don't know where to get started with. Right. When I got started, right, I had so many information. I wanted to do VR, I wanted to do AR, I wanted to do 360 VR. Right. But I said to myself, which field will I make much impact with starting off? Which field has my strength better than the other field, right? So I just went straight to it, just focused on VR, focused on 360 VR, and see how I can create content with it. When I'm good with it, I would move to another track, right? But right now it's to focus, and you don't need a powerful system to get started. Just as you said, you just need
Yeah,
your mobile device. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
and a few programming skills are quite good. Even for the future, I think programming is everywhere. And C Sharp scripted with Unity or Unreal, I've used both of them, and they are really amazing, like quite easy than any other app development. Yeah, you have to just four or three or four step, and you can build your first AR application in Unity without any programming. Even without any programming skill, you can build some basic application because it's scripting and more like you tell them this and this and this. And programming, you have to uh, make the full algorithm, but scripting is quite easy. And with the Unity and Unreal Engine, you can expect if you are uh, using an hour for developing your Android app, you will need only 30 minutes to build it with a game engine like Unity and Unreal. And that is quite amazing. Even if you are prototyping things, Um, you can use Unreal and Unity engine for building your Android app. And the thing, one more thing that Unity and Unreal Engine, maybe most of you don't know, but even if you are using it as a prototyping app, you have to build it once, and then you can use it in your headset, in your iOS device, in your Android device, and in your Windows. So that is just amazing. Yep. And that's the thing people don't know, and they don't explore things, and they are more into web development and Android development because that's the trend and people follow others. But if you want to explore, just try once to build the Unity and just a basic app, and you will understand how easy it is. Yeah, just a minute and two, and you will make fully working app, APK, and do whatever there is in iOS, and you can use it just by that. And that's great, Aromi. Thank you. And my
Yeah,
next
that's
question:
fine.
if you got an opportunity, that's interesting. If you got an opportunity to start a startup in India, yeah, we have Indian audience here, so they want to know if you got an opportunity to start a startup in India, what it would be. Yeah, considering the funding is not a problem. And yeah, for the audience, I want to tell you, you can comment down any question. We are noting it down, and we will have a Q&A session in the last. So we'll answer your question in the last. But for now, we have Arumi. Yeah, Arumi, please.
So I'm a huge fan of India. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of India movies back in the days. So
Uh,
I basically know some part of India. You have Mumbai, you have where again? Getting the other one. So India is amazing, right? What amazes me is how you guys are always breaking limits, right? In space technology, in education, in tech, in medicine, right? You guys are always breaking limits. If I would have the opportunity to open a startup in India, right, I would build a startup that revolves around education, right? Immersive education, because there are a lot of school students in India. There are a lot of school students in India, right? But we are in this age whereby students need to learn better. They need to learn the future, obviously, right? We have gone past the ages of paper, right? We are more than paper right now. We are
uh-huh.
in the age of technology, right? Students need to start learning how to understand 3D models from their prime, right? And start creating content themselves. So if I would develop a startup, it would be around the education sector and seeing how I can use immersive technology for that. So that's it for me.
That's amazing. Thank you. And we would love if you come here and start a startup. I know you are going to boost the economy up.
Yeah,
And
definitely. We're
yeah,
coming soon.
yeah, please come.
Amazing. Yeah.
And for me, I believe the same. As I mentioned, I wake up every day to help people become the best version of themselves. And yeah, I would love to have a education startup in mixed reality. In mixed reality, not in just AR. I want things to be better and for India in terms of technology. Like we lag a bit from other countries, some developed countries in technology, and that's why I want a hard startup like whose product is going to be a bit difficult to develop. And I want like Tesseract build an amazing mixed reality headset, and same as Arjuna Lens is here in Mumbai. It's a startup who is contributing towards mixed reality, and they are doing quite amazing job. They are from IIT Bombay itself, and that's an amazing thing. And I want such things in India to grow, like in XR field, where we will be developing such hardware and software also, and we can make an ecosystem for XR, so that people will be the India can be a dominant force for XR field. And I would love to have a education startup. That's the thing. Okay, so my next question.
Mhm.
It's a community-based question, and how are you providing opportunities and preparing students for bright future through VR, AR, MR community?
So for the chapter here in Abuja, right, we have a group online whereby we share We share what's happening around the world, especially in the XR industry, right? So we share opportunities, we share scholarship opportunities, we share job opportunities, right? So there was a time the VIAR community was hiring for certain roles, right? So we shared it, people engage with it, right? So it's about having a community and also growing as a community, right? We don't have a community that is stagnant and nobody's learning, nobody's interacting. So our focus goal is to empower each member in that community to develop themselves and see themselves as the future Elon Musk, as you said. So everybody has an Elon Musk in themselves. It's just to find it and make it happen. Right. So that's it.
I think that's a great job you are doing, and I know how difficult it is to start something from scratch and teaching people as a student. And you are a founder of Tech Immersive Africa. So, would you like to share something, your journey, and what opportunities that you are having there, and what are you doing in Tech Immersive Africa?
So when I started out, right, I noticed there was not a lot of Africans in XR, right? And I also noticed the solutions they're developing are not being put out there the proper way. So I decided to come up with a platform that connects XR content developers across Africa, right? So we're showcasing what AR solutions, VR solutions, MR solutions, and also seeing how we can have like a platform whereby newbies can learn, right? Learn with African content, engage with it, and also make stuffs for themselves, right? So hopefully in the next coming months we'll have a masterclass whereby newbies can get started with XR and also learn. And it will be great to have Tejus on the masterclass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, would love to be there.
yeah,
And yeah, if you see his pages, link Immersive Tech Africa page, you can see there are so many webinars coming every week, and with 7, 8 experts there. Yeah, you can ask questions from them as they are really the pro of our industries, and they are coming in webinars with the Tech Immersive Africa, and
yeah,
they are amazing. Yeah, I would love if you follow him there and learn from there. It's great for beginners, even for advanced level who want to start their journey and who are in their
yeah,
career of exam and they want
yeah.
to be better.
So,
Yeah, it's
so
just amazing. You will meet such amazing professionals and experts.
yeah. So hopefully in the next couple of months we're partnering with the VIR community to hold a masterclass whereby we're having experts that will be teaching Africans how to get started with VR, AR, and MR, and
Oh,
basically make impact. Yeah, great.
yeah, that's great. That is just amazing. I think that's a thing with XR. Like it has so many possibilities. Yeah, I see it as when the time was 1975, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. We have discussed this before, like, and they were building computer. And I still think, what if I was there? I would have done this, and I would have done that. I would be maybe I would have beat Steve Jobs in developing such things. And but now there is no time. There's time for computer. The stage from developing it from the scratch is not there. But I see the opportunity in XR itself. There are infinite possibilities. It's still in the emerging phase. It's still in the developing phase, and there are so many things to get better. You don't have to create something totally different. Whatever thing there is, you can make a little bit better. Yeah, like we are not having a good, we are experiencing headset that make us believe that things are real, and the 3D objects seems to be a bit of unreal itself. Some they are, or the unreal objects are quite heavy, but you can work on them and make them better. And there are so many opportunities there. Like there was in 1975 when there was computer, and they both the big brotherhood of Apple and Microsoft, IBM, they were fighting each other and they were developing continuously. They came with GUI and they came up with a software model. Microsoft was the first company as a software company, first software company in the world at that time. And things happen, big things changes from that time. We have supercomputers, we have laptops, and think how Apple is now a $2 trillion company. And that's an amazing because it started with a small brain that any individual can stand against a big brotherhood, like it stand against IBM. And IBM was the king at that time, and that's how we started. But and there were so many opportunities in that computer industry, like there is now in XR industry. Like we are having so many possibilities. If you are working, if you are making a good team, yeah, it may be hard. You may never be able to such great as Steve Jobs, but you can try. You have so many things. If you stand and look in the right direction. You may have some financial problem with your, you may not be able to buy a headset, but you can do so many things. Like for me personally, I've never tried any XR headset, but I teach people how to develop such apps. And there are so many people in our community, even in India, who have some basic configured laptops and their mobile phones, and they are doing amazing things. And they are selling, they are earning from it. They are writing blogs. You can make courses. There are a gap of learning between them. Yeah, as our community, we can see there is a gap between the developing between the developers that
Yeah,
so we have so many Android developers and web developers, but not so many XR developers. And there will be a gap
yeah,
when technology will emerge. Like it takes a few years, but when they will emerge, like people are going towards the Android, people will go towards the XR. Yeah, even Apple and company like Facebook had bet to change every device in their pocket from mobile phones to XR by 2022 or 2023. Yeah, and they are betting towards it. Facebook is continuously developing such AR glasses, and Apple is working secretly to develop such AR glasses. And think what will happen when they will come. There will be a gap between the developers. There will be a less number of developers in XR than there are in any other field. Yeah, people because people are learning Android and web development, and it's good if you love that thing. But if you are finding opportunities to be a great to change the world, why not XR? There are so many things that are going to come, and think it as a when the new technology will come, there will be a developer gap, and that developer gap can be filled if you start today. If you starting from this day, you can start and join the tech giants in tech. And uh, I'm hearing that the video quality is diminishing. Okay, I will try to close other tabs. No problem. Okay, and that's the thing. So I'm expecting, and that's the future we are looking for. That in few years, like Apple has bet for 2022, and Facebook has bet to change everything by 2023, and that's 2 3 years from now. And I think as per the pandemic, things will start boosting up, and will we will progress faster. Yep.
so
And yeah, yeah.
so as you can
Please.
see, most big tech companies are seeing they are seeing the importance of XR. I read recently that Apple bought an XR startup recently, and they are really pushing into seeing how they can push more content, push more hardware for even MR. So the future is in immersive technologies, and users need to really jump on it, right? Jump on it, create solutions, make impact, and make the world a better place. Obviously, yeah,
Yeah, that's the amazing thing that we are going to see. The future will be here soon. Yeah, no
yeah,
doubt that will be here.
definitely.
And uh, I think we are open for questions from now, and then we can end the session with some final words. And uh, mm, yeah, we have a question from Harish Jangeet that the biggest question from all that beginner, where to start. Yep.
Yeah, where to start? That's a
So
very big problem because, right? As I said earlier, you have so many resources, but you don't know where to start from. Right? That's why you just need to just focus, know your strengths, know your abilities, know your weaknesses. So if you don't know how to code, learn how to code, right? Learn how to code better. But don't learn how to code fast. Learn how to code better. Understand it, then make it work. If you don't know how to do 3D modeling, you can learn. There are YouTube videos where you can learn how to start 3D modeling, right? So focus, learn better, and create content. Share content with your community. Let them give you feedback, right? And you grow.
Yeah, that's the thing. I do recommend do exploring. Yeah, as a student, if you have having time, you should explore different technologies one by one. Like for the first 2 months, you can try an VR, and first then again 2 months you can try AR, and again the next 2 months try building something for MR. Use power apps if you want to, and things like that. You will get to know yourself better, like what interests you, what you will start thinking, what things I can do, how can I make impact. Yeah, focus on the impact itself, like what impacts can you make and which technologies do you love. So since you are exploring, you will know which thing is better for you and which are not. And that's what we should do, as being not to waste so much of our time, like people do, engineers do waste all the years, and at the last they want to go into web development or android development because that's the thing others are following. But actually, you should try to explore different technology, even not just XR. You can try an AI, and even if your dream is to go in XR, you can integrate that AI into that XR technology into MR. We are still using TensorFlow with Unity itself. Yeah? That is just amazing. You can add cloud technology like Azure and HoloLens work great together, and that's the thing you can do. You can explore different technology. Even if you are a web developer, we have web AR, and that's an amazing technology. Even we have seen it. Like any web development application can be used to project AR easily. Some companies are giving their codes, and there are some open source, and web AR is also company, I think. Yes, and we are they, you can use AR in their website. So even if you are going in e-commerce, and you can integrate that AR with that, and that will be quite much greater for any consumer there. And that's the thing, you can merge things. Yeah, you can, if you want to be a speaker, you can merge your teaching with XR. If you want to be a AI/ML developer, you can merge that with XR. And if you are a cloud developer, cloud development field, you can merge that with XR. And similarly for other things, even you are, if you are an artist, you can build 3D models for XR and can list them up. You can make uh, such things. Yeah, and that's what I do recommend you. Go from a beginner, but means still, if you can't find a way, do explore what interests you, and then go in that direction. And actually, you have to don't make excuses that your escape pod from the reality. Like, I don't have a device, I don't have this, I don't have that time. Actually, you have to stand there and think. Now things are messed up. What I can do, and that's where your brain start thinking. As a great book, if you have read Rich Dad Poor Dad from Robert T. Kiyosaki, he said what poor people do when they see something like a car, Ferrari, they say, I can't buy this, and their brain stops working. And what rich do, they ask themselves, what I how can I buy this? Yeah, and their brain start working how. But if you say I can't, and that's your brain stops to work. And when you
Limitation.
ask it how, so your brain starts working like how can I? And actually you can. As in, even in college you can do small steps. If you are, even if you are earning 10 rupees per day, like rupees or $1 per day, you will end up a big amount by the year, and that's not going to continue. Like 10 rupees, 10 rupees is not going to be 10 rupees for that year. You will obviously increase that amount because you will scale up, and you can always do such things. You can build your personal brand. Like being in a community, I can say how I get an opportunity to present myself as in singularity. Australia, by building a personal brand with the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program and all that, and things changes like that. Yeah, when you start thinking, how can I? That's where your brain tells you that yeah, if I do this you can start from here. But the thing is, wherever you are standing, maybe you are not financially well, maybe you are not a good programmer, but still you can find some way from books. Maybe your internet, there is some internet issue. You can try, you can find some way by downloading it from somewhere and then watching it, and like such things. But the thing is, uh, ask yourself the right question: how can I? It's not about I can't. Yeah, like I may not be able to be a good XR developer. It's a really high tech, but actually it's not. Yeah, you can easily build things, and like there is no future in that because people are going towards web developer, but actually it's not. Yep, you can try, and you can ask yourself that what should I do now at this situation when everything is messed up. My college asks for this much attendance. My most of my time is wasted in traveling, but you have to actually find some way out there. Yeah, and we have question. You can. Yeah, so Apoor Pandey from here said, yeah, we can build 3D model designer and have a e-commerce website which shows you the product in here. Yeah, actually, you can build a startup for
Yeah,
some e-commerce where you will provide them with the 3D model itself. Yeah,
yeah.
and in future that will be a quite good startup. Yeah, what do you think, Romy?
It's the future of retail. As I said, AR is going to revolutionize retail. Right? There's a company in India. I don't know whether you know of them. It's called Scapic.
Mm-hmm.
So Scapic is they are doing amazing stuff for AR, especially for retail. So they are working with Google. They are working with so many partners to create content that e-commerce website can infuse on their website, and people can experience it with their devices. So retail is going to change with AR in the future, hopefully.
Yeah, Escapic is quite a really easy tool. I've attended one of their webinar, and it's quite easy tool that give you a snippet of code that you can attach in your website, and then your website in your phone. The user will be able to use the AR application. So they have demoed a chair there, and the user attached the chair 3D model in their website and where the developing studio, and he copied the snippet code and get into website and pasted that, and he was able to see a chair. When he wants to buy it, there was a button, check in AR, and that's what I didn't know it was so much famous back then, but that's great. Okay, so any more questions? I don't think so, but yep, that's an amazing question, and I would like to end it with my final words that soon we are, as in there is a big surprise coming. Yep, we are going to launch soon, introduce something big. We are coming with the VRARMR student partner program for the student undergraduate soon, and I would love if you follow us. You will for getting updates about that. It's based on a community program for students, and you will better know in future when we will launch it. But it's a big thing, announcement, a big announcement that I would like to share. And yeah, VRAR community is also partnering with Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Hello Holo and Exhibit for our next webinar on from 5th September to 7th September. It's a series for beginners and uh, for beginners to get guidance about the XR field from the experts itself, and it's named as the ARMR days. And please follow. 1 minute. Yeah. So please follow our website and social media pages, and you can follow me there. And there we will be soon getting again for you building something, bringing something better for guiding people in the ARMR series.
Great.
Yep. And
Great.
thank you, Aromi. Thank you very much. That
So
you
much.
such an amazing people, such a great session, that such a great answers that you gave, and really not really useful things that you
Yeah.
told us today. And thank you for being here. Thank
Thank you
you
so much.
everyone for being here. That was an amazing day. I loved it so much. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
clap
you.
yourself. Yeah,
Easy,
and
you
we
know.
would love to see you when we will come
Definitely.
next. Yeah, please
Definitely.
follow our pages and our social media pages on
Yeah.
Twitter and LinkedIn, Facebook, and we will meet there soon. And for that, bye bye, sayonara, all the
Bye.
best, get
Bye, bro.
started. Yeah,
Yeah. Take care.
okay. And one, two, three, cheers.